How to know the exact total no cell nodes configured. Select cell_path from the $cell. How do I check my Exadata health? Top 14 commands for Exadata health check. Exadata alert. Exadata cell CPU utilization. Exadata cells flash disk with status not present. Exadata cell current temperature. Exadata alert history. Exadata cells battery replacement checks. Exadata cells hard disk with status not present. Exadata cell services checks. What is Linux bonding? The Linux bonding driver provides a method for aggregating multiple network interfaces into a single logical bonded interface. What is Exadata? Exadata is a database appliance designed by Oracle that has the competency to provide support to a combination of database systems such as OLTP, online transaction processing, and OLAP, online analytical processing, the transactional and analytical database systems, respectively. Oracle Exadata allows enterprises to run any Oracle database workload with the highest performance, scale, availability, and security on fully compatible cloud and on-premises infrastructure. What are the features of Exadata? Exadata key features. Smart scan or cell offloading. Storage indexes. Hybrid columnar compression. I/O resource manager. Smart flash cache. Flash logging. Why one should go for Exadata? Exadata increases employee productivity and helps grow revenues with less cost and complexity versus traditional approaches. With performance up to 100 times faster, you can access data more easily and engage with customers more quickly. What are the components of Exadata machine? The major components of an Exadata cloud service include database servers, storage servers, InfiniBand, networks, Oracle Management Console. What is cell? The Exadata storage server, Exadata storage or Exadata cells, is used as the storage for the Oracle database in the database machine. Which operating system is supports by cell and compute node? Runs Oracle Enterprise Linux. What is the role of cell monitor user in cell server? In addition to the root user, Oracle Exadata storage servers have two users, cell admin and cell monitor. The cell admin user is used to run all services on the cell. The cell monitor user is used for monitoring purposes. The cell monitor user cannot run services on the cell. What is SmartScan? SmartScan technology, also known as SQL offload, which offloads data-intensive SQL operations from the database servers directly into the storage servers. What is InfiniBand switch? IB switches are used for the storage network as well as the Oracle RAC interconnect. Exadata compute nodes and storage cells are configured with dual-port InfiniBand ports and connect to each of the two leaf switches. You can access IB switches using command line and web ILOM. IB switches run Linux operating system. Where compression and decompression take place in Exadata? Compression and decompression is performed on the compute node, storage server. Traditionally, these tasks were performed on database server. Compression and decompression are CPU-intensive tasks. What is elastic configuration in Exadata? With elastic storage expansion, you can dynamically increase your storage capacity to meet your growing workload requirements. Expand the storage capacity on demand by scaling up the infrastructure with additional storage servers without being constrained by the standard supported shapes. The elastic configuration process automates the initial IP address allocations to database nodes and storage cells, regardless the ordered configuration. The Exadata machine is connected to the InfiniBand switches using a standard cabling methodology which allows to determine at the node's location in the rack. Which tool is used to provide initial configuration data of Exadata to implementation team? Oracle Exadata Deployment Assistant, OEDA, to specify the system configuration details and drive the system configuration processes. How many types of networks available in Exadata? Exadata database machine requires a minimum of 3 networks, and there are interfaces available for additional networks. Administration network, client network, private network. What is Exacheck? Exacheck is designed to audit configuration of Oracle Exadata machine, which includes DB server, cell storage, InfiniBand switch, software, database, and Ethernet network. When should we execute Exacheck? Exac is a minimal impact tool, but Oracle recommends that you run Exac when the load on the system is low. The runtime duration of Exac depends on the number of nodes to be checked, CPU load, network latency. It is required to run before and after Exadata patching and is good practice to run on a frequent basis and review the recommendations. Have done Exadata patching? Some prerequisites it is worth doing before the maintenance. The patching procedure involves patching the cells, aka storage servers, patching the IB switches, patching the database servers, aka compute nodes, patching the grid infrastructure, patching the databases Oracle_HOMES. Which utility is used to patch database machine components? Patch utility. Have faced any issue while doing patching? If yes, then explain and let us know how you have resolved it. Dependency issues due to custom RPM packages. Space issues. Permission issues. Virtual machine hang issues. Failure at rootupgrade.sh. After apply of patch, ASM not starting automatically during clusterware startup. What is consolidation and what are the benefits to consolidate database on Exadata machine? Database consolidation allows more databases to run on fewer servers, which reduces infrastructure, but also reduces operational costs. What is the function of libcell? Libcell, which is a library that is linked with the Oracle kernel. Libcell has the code that knows how to request data via IDB protocol. How you can configure alert on cell server. We can configure SMTP alert on cell level using Cellkly utility on each cell to get alert notification by providing below required details. Alter cell SMTP server command. How to validate cell server configuration. Used CLI or cell CLI to validate the configuration of the storage servers. Cellkly list cell attributes some subscriber. CLI G cell _group L cell admin Cellkly list cell attributes some subscriber. How many IPs are required for each cell and compute node? It depends on what kind of rack it is. Full rack, half rack, quarter rack. What is the relationship between physical disk and grid disk? The Exadata storage server contains 12 physical disks. There is 1-to-1 relationship between a physical disk and the cell disk. One physical disk corresponds to a single cell disk. Then a grid disk comprises of many cell disks. And a grid disk corresponds to one ASM disk. An ASM disk group comprises of many ASM disks. On the Exadata storage server, we can use Cellkly command line utility in Exadata to see the information about physical disks, cell disks, grid disks, and the cell. The Cellkly utility works from the root, cell admin and cell monitor, read-only, users. Cell CLI list physical disk detail. Cell CLI list cell disk detail. Cell CLI list grid disk detail. Can we configure RAID 5 on Exadata? What is storage index and how it works? What is IORM? Can we use IORM on non-Exadata system? How to replace the cell hard disk. Check the disk having issue. Check the disk groups. Check if any rebalance operation running. Check the status of disk to be replaced. Now inform Oracle support to replace the disk. Once done, do the validation. List physical disk. List Lewin. Cellkly list physical disk 8:5 detail. Cellkly list cell disk where Lewin equals 0_5 detail. Verify grid disks. Cellkly list grid disk where cell disk equals CD_05_CM01 cell 01 attributes name, status. Cellkly list grid disk where cell disk equals CD_05_DM01 cell 03 detail. If the ASM disk are not present, create it manually. Where I can get cell server logs. Which MOS ID provide the latest patch detail? What is the memory capacity in X5-2 machine? How many CPUs can be used in 1/8 x4-2 database machine? Is it possible to create ASM disk crop on flash disk? We can use flash cache as grid disk to create the ASM disk group and can keep the database on flash disk, but this is not recommended solution as flash cache performs better to cache frequently accessed data rather than creating database on it. When we should create ASM disk role on grid disk? After the Oracle Grid Infrastructure installation, you can create additional disk groups using Oracle Automatic Storage Management Configuration Assistant, ASMCA. Difference between write-back and write-through flash cache mode. Which one is better? There are the two ways you can configure the flash cache in Exadata for data transactions. Write-through cache reads IOs from the flash cache, but writes through to disk, while with write-back cache, both reads and writes are cached in the flash cache, boosting performance. What is the sequence to power off Exadata? Power off database servers. First, stop the Oracle cluster. Shut down the server. Remove power cable from the server. Power off storage servers. Shut down the storage servers. Remove power cable from the server. Power off network equipments. We can directly remove power cables from the network switches as network equipments don't have power switches. Which migration method we can use to migrate database to Exadata machine? Using data pump. Using SQL loader. Using Oracle Golden Gate. What is calibration? You can investigate the physical disk performance using calibrate command. If there are some low-performing disks detected, calibrate will test them individually and on the command prompt displays the output. Cell CLI calibrate force. If someone complains the database is running slow, how you will start your investigation to resolve it on Exadata? Does SmartScan give more benefits if we make index invisible? When we should pin the objects in flash cache? Objects are automatically cached in the Exadata Smart Flash Cache, ESFC. However, the DBA can enforce that an object is kept in flash cache. The cell_flash_cache storage clause attribute controls prioritization of blocks. Default, the automatic caching mechanism is in effect. This is the default value. None, never cache this object. Keep, the object should be given preferential status. If a table is repeatedly accessed, it can be pinned in flash cache, so it can be read from it instead of disk. To pin a table in ESFC. Alter table Lamadas storage, cell_flash_cache keep. What are the benefits of using Oracle ASM 19c for Oracle Database Exadata deployments? Oracle ASM 19c provides several benefits for Oracle Database Exadata deployments, including improved performance, improves the performance of I/O operations by providing advanced disk management features such as ASM dynamic rebalance and ADVM. Increased availability, increases the availability of the disk group by providing advanced data protection and disaster recovery features such as flexible redundancy and fast disk group failover. Simplified management, simplifies disk group management by automating tasks such as disk group rebalancing and disk group repair, and by reducing the need for manual intervention. Enhanced integration, enhances the integration of Oracle Database Exadata deployments with other Oracle database technologies, such as Oracle RAC and Oracle Real Application Clusters, by providing a common disk management solution. What is the role of Oracle ASM in Exadata and how does it improve database performance? Oracle ASM plays a critical role in Exadata by providing advanced disk management features that help to improve database performance. Oracle ASM is used to manage disk groups and manage the distribution of data across the disks in the disk groups. The key benefits of using Oracle ASM in Exadata include improved performance. Oracle ASM helps to improve performance by providing advanced disk management features such as ASM dynamic rebalance and ADVM, which optimize disk utilization and reduce disk I/O contention. Increased availability. Oracle ASM increases the availability of the disk group by providing advanced data protection and disaster recovery features, such as flexible redundancy and fast disk group failover, which reduce the risk of disk I/O performance degradation and improve the resilience of the disk group. Simplified management. Oracle ASM simplifies disk group management by automating tasks, such as disk group rebalancing and disk group repair, and by reducing the need for manual intervention.